Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the previous session, we already discussed about the basic preliminary things of AutoCAD. Okay, like what are the different types of pages? What is the main? What are the main different usage of AutoCAD? What are the main drawbacks of AutoCAD? Okay, etc., etc., and all other components of the user interface. Okay, so today we will start our drawing. But before starting our drawing, first, we have to know about two other important components of our user interface. Okay. The first one, that is UCS. Okay. What is an UCS? UCS means users coordinate system. Actually, this is the UCS. Okay. See on my screen on the lower left corner, you can notice that X and Y, two axes are shown. Okay, the horizontal axis that is in red color, that is X axis, and the vertical axis that is in green color, that is Y axis. Okay, these two axes actually denotes uh, one coordinate system. Okay, and it actually guides the user about the exact position of the drawing. That's why this is known as users coordinate system or UCS. Okay, this whole X and Y with the rectangular grip, this whole option is actually called the UCS. Okay, and the second thing, that is this plus icon. Okay, this plus icon with this square box that is in green color. Okay, the red one that is in horizontal and the green one that is in vertical. Okay, and there is a square box that is totally mid in the middle portion of that plus sign. Okay, what is this plus sign? Actually, you can say that this is the cursor. Okay, this is the cursor, but in case of AutoCAD, it's actually in a different name. Okay, what is the name of this icon, or what is the name of this thing? Actually, this thing is particularly known in case of AutoCAD is crosshair. Okay, CROSS one hyphen and HAIR, crosshair. Okay, it's a modified pronunciation of cursor. That's why it is crosshair. Okay, so this is the crosshair, and this one that is right now highlighted in yellow color, that is the UCS option. Okay, these two are pretty much important. What is the main usage of UCS? It actually denotes the exact position of the origin point. Okay, because in AutoCAD or in any type of drafting software, first you have to know about the basic preliminary things about coordinate geometry, and the main basic important things of coordinate geometry, that is the origin point. Okay, and it also actually denotes the exact quadrant position of your drawing, like first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Okay, so this is they are these are the main functions of UCS. Okay, and what is the function of the crosshair? Actually, crosshair denotes the exact point or exact starting point of any drawing. Okay, as well as the exact ending point of any kind of drawing, or in case of selection purpose. Okay, these are the main usage of crosshair. When you have to start a drawing, then your crosshair will remain as the crosshair. Like, let's say I want to create a line. Now see, I'm in line command right now. Okay, so right now those two intersected, those two vertical and horizontal lines are visible, but that square box is invisible. Okay, so whenever you have to draw something, then the square box will be hidden, the square box will be omitted automatically. But whenever you have ended that command, or whenever you escape from that command, then your square box will return. See, now I escaped from line command, that's why the square box is returned. Okay, now if I go to the erase option, then you will notice that the plus icon is totally gone. Plus icon is not present on the screen right now. Instead of the plus icon, only that square box is present. Okay. Why? Because this square box is only for selection purpose. And for the erase command, first you have to select the object that you want to erase. That's why there's a pretty much important thing about this crosshair. When you have to draw any kind of figure, okay, that is whenever you use the draw tools, then your square box will disappear. Only plus icon will be available. But whenever you use any kind of modification tool or editing tool, then your plus icon will disappear. Only the square box will remain on the screen, and this square box is particularly named as pick box. What? This square box is particularly named as pick box. Pick box just for the picking or selection purpose. Okay. Now there are too many different procedure for selections. Okay. You can select all objects by pressing Ctrl A. You can select one by one objects, or you can select any kind of objects using selection window, or you can use any kind of object using selection polygon. Okay. These are the different methods. Okay. So what's gonna we use? We actually use the drawing window selection method because these are the preferable methods, and as well as these are the easiest methods. Okay, that's why we're gonna use the drawing window selection method. Okay, so how many drawing windows are available in case of AutoCAD? Okay, there are mainly two different types of drawing windows. The first one, that is normal window, and the second one, that is crossing window. Okay, the first one, that is normal window, and the second one, that is crossing window. Okay, now what is the difference between these two windows? Okay, let's say you have like this type of object. Okay, and then use some modification on that object, and you create this type of object. Okay, but in case of selection purpose, you have to select all the objects together. Okay, or at an instant you have to select all the objects. How to use it? I already opted for the drawing window selection purposes. So in case of normal window, the method is totally different. How to start normal window? First you have to click on the upper left corner of your drawing screen. Okay, first you have to click on any point or any section on the upper left corner of your drawing window like this, and now you have to just drag it like this. Okay, and this blue colored window is actually called the normal window. Understand? This blue colored window
Yes, sir.
actually called the normal window. Okay, so how to start about the normal window, or how to start the normal window? Just click on the upper right, upper left corner of your drawing window or drawing screen, and just drag it like this. And then you have to click on the left mouse button and see entire 6 objects automatically selected. This is the normal window, and this is for the selection purpose. Now move to the crossing window. How to start about the crossing window? Just vice versa, just reversing the process. What? Just click on the upper right corner of your drawing window like this, and then drag it. See, the entire window is green colored, and this is the main distinguishing point between these two windows. Normal window is actually blue in color, whereas the crossing window is actually green in color. Okay, but you can change it. But by default, normal window is green in color, as well as the crossing window is normal window is blue in color, as well as the crossing window is green in color. Okay, and the second distinguishing point, that is, first you have to click on the upper left corner for the normal window, whereas in case of crossing window, first we have to select, or first we have to click on the upper right corner of your page. Okay, these two points are mainly the distinguishing points about these two windows. But what are the other distinguishing points? The other distinguishing points is actually methodically totally changed, these two. Okay, as well as these two windows usage is totally different. Why? Usage is totally different means it actually uses for the selection purpose. Okay, but there is a limitation. When you have to select all the objects, then we opt for the crossing window polygon. Why? Because crossing window polygon is actually easier respected to the respective to the normal window selection. Why? Because it is easier. Because if you select all your objects using the crossing window, then right now, if you enter your, or if you click your mouse button, then you can see that you already selected the total 6 number of objects. Whereas in case of normal window, if you select like this, you can't select any of the object. Why? Because it's not essential in case of crossing window that all objects should be inside the selection window, but it's very much essential in case of normal window that all of your objects should be under the normal window. Okay, all of your objects should be under the normal selection window, and only after this type of methods you can select all of your objects. That means all my objects should be under the blue window, and then you can select all the objects using normal window. But in case of crossing window, there is no need to place all of your objects inside the crossing window. Just a part of your object is enough for the entire selection. Okay, like this. So crossing window selection will be the best option for selection of your drawings. And you can also select like crossing polygon. This is the crossing polygon method, like this. Just left click on your mouse and rotate it anti-clockwise, like this. See, I think crossing window polygon is much better option for understanding the selection purposes. That's why I always suggest for the crossing window selection. Okay. So these two are the basic methods for selection purposes. Okay. Now our first command that we're gonna use, that is line command. Okay. This is the basic usage for the line command. We have to use it, the line command. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So line command. Actually, there are 4 different methods. Okay, by which you can use the line command and make your drawing. Okay, one by one method we will discuss. The first one, that is the absolute coordinate system. Okay, please note it down. Okay, note it down. Line command. Okay, note it down. Line command, and then just write down. There are 4 different methods we can use for the creation of drawing using line tool. There are 4 different methods we can use for the creation of drawing using line tool. The first one, and then just create the numbering like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay. The first one, that is absolute coordinate system or absolute coordinate method. The first method, that is absolute coordinate method or absolute coordinate system. The first method, that is absolute coordinate system or absolute coordinate method. The second method, that is relative coordinate system or relative coordinate method. Okay, this is the second method, relative coordinate system or relative coordinate method. The third one, that is relative polar system or relative polar method. The third one, that is relative polar system or relative polar method. And the last one, that is direction distance entry method. And the last one, that is direction distance entry method. Or you can say that it is a special method that is named as ortho method. ORTHO, ortho method.
Sir, direction, distance.
Direction distance entry method or ortho method. Direction distance entry method or ortho method. Okay.
Oh, sir.
Okay. So coming to the first one. What is the name? That is absolute coordinate system. So one thing you guys have to be pretty much sure that there is something that is absolute in this method. And what is this absolute thing? Nothing but the origin point. Okay. So origin point is the main absolute as well as the highlighting thing in this method. So how to use this method? The main methodology of this method, that is you have to count all coordinate values of your drawing from origin point. And that's why this method is known as absolute coordinate system. That means origin is the main absolute or highlighting thing. And you guys have to calculate all the points from origin point. Remember, you guys have to calculate all the points from origin point. That means 0, 0. Okay. And that's why this method is named as absolute coordinate system. Okay. Uh, there are 2 different pages that is available in AutoCAD. Okay. The first one, that is ACAD ISO. And the second one, that is ACAD. But there is also a format. Okay. There is also an extensive, there is also a format for saving this type of templates. Okay. Here, in case of AutoCAD or in case of any type of drafting software, any pages should be named as template. Okay. And the extension file format for AutoCAD template, that is .dwt. Okay. Previous day I already discussed about the extension file format of AutoCAD drawing, but there are also separate type of formats that's associated in case of AutoCAD, like AutoCAD drawing template. And what is the format for the template? That is .dwt. Remember, .dwt, that is drawing template format. Okay, so we have two basic and primary pages. The first one, that is ACAD ISO .dwt, which is also known as the metric page. Okay, which is also known as the metric page, as well as which is also known as the millimeter page. And the dimension of the page, that is 420 by 297, that is standard A3 sheet. Okay, so this is the first one, that is ACAD ISO.dwt. But what is the second one? That is ACAD.dwt. And this page is known as the imperial page. Remember, imperial page. This page is known as imperial page. Okay. And what is the main drawing units in this imperial page? That's in inch, INCH. Okay. In case of ACAD ISO, the drawing unit, that is millimeter. But in yeah, yeah, speak louder. Hello, I can't hear you. Speak louder. Speak louder. I can't hear you. Hello. So, in case of ACAD ISO, what is the dimension? That is 420 by 297. But the main drawing unit, that is in millimeter. Okay. And ACAD ISO page is nothing but standard A3 page. But in case of ACAD page, that's the imperial page. The drawing unit, that is in inch format, INCH, inch format. And what is the dimension of the ACAD page? That is 12 inch by 9 inch. Okay, similar to the later page. Similar to the later page. Okay, so 12 by 9 inch, that is ACAD page, and 420 by 297 in millimeter, that is ACAD ISO page. These two are the basic pages that we have in AutoCAD, okay, by default. But you can create a page like your dimension. Like, you can create a page of A1 sheet dimension. You can create a page of A0 sheet dimension, as well as you can create a page like A4 sheet dimension, or some customized dimension that is basically used in some industries. Okay. So in case of absolute coordinate system, we're gonna use the ACAD page for better understanding. Okay, because ACAD page dimension is actually the smaller sided dimension. Okay, and we're gonna create a small drawing. That's why I'm gonna choose the ACAD page right now. Okay, so just go to the start page, choose new, and choose the ACAD, and see, this is the extension file format, that is .dwt. Remember, and the name of the page, that is acad.dwt. I opened acad.dwt. Now the main thing, that is, how can you make sure that this page is an ACAD page? You can say that I opened the page, sir, but how can you make sure that this is in 12 by 9 inch dimension? That is lengthwise the page 12 inch and widthwise the page 9 inch. There is a command that can guide you about the exact dimension of your page. And it is very much essential whenever you have to start a drawing on an open page, you have to check the dimension of the page first. Because if you don't do this, in your drawing will not be the perfect one. And you have to adjust a lot of parameters. Okay, that's why the basic and the first option that we need to apply in case of any drawing, that is the limits command. What is the command? That is limits, Limits. Limits actually denotes about the starting point of your drawing page as well as the closing point of your drawing page. And likewise, you can notice about the dimension of your page, that is 12 by 9. Okay. First one, that is limits. Okay. See, I already entered the limits command. Okay. This is the limits. Okay. How to enter a command? Okay. Click on the command bar and then just go to the limits option. Limits. Okay. Limits. And then click, then press the enter button. Okay. Enter button. What is the function of the enter button? Enter button actually denotes about the starting of any kind of command, as well as enter button helps you to proceed to the next step of your command. Enter button helps you to proceed to the next step of your command, as well as enter button is the only key that can terminate your command, that can execute your command properly. So enter button is everything in AutoCAD. Okay. So limits and then press enter button. See what is the command prompt? That is specify lower left corner. You guys don't have to specify any kind of lower left corner because your lower left corner always should be from 0, 0. Okay. That's why we're gonna use UCS option. So the lower left corner should be always 0, 0. Remember, the lower left corner should be always 0, 0. If it is changed, then your drawing is in big trouble. That's why you have to always use your lower left corner, that is origin point. Okay. So 0, 0. And you guys don't have to input
Sir,
any kind of specific data. Yeah, please proceed.
हेलो
Yeah, proceed.
सर मेरा 0,0 पे नहीं है आ रहा है
हेलो.
हेलो सर सुनाई दे रहे हैं?
हाँ, सुनाई दे रहा है, बोलो.
सर मेरा 0,0 तो नहीं हो रहा है सर
तुम्हारा पीसी पे.
लैपटॉप पे सर
ओके, मैं ये दिखा देता हूँ, उसके बाद स्क्रीन शेयर करने के बारे में बोलूंगा. तुम स्क्रीन शेयर करके मुझे दिखाना, मैं बोल दूंगा. ओके, डोंट वरी.
मतलब सर मैंने आप जब लिमिट के बारे में बोल रहा था तो मैंने एंटर कर दिया था तो फिर नेक्स्ट मैंने फिर से लिमिट टाइप किया था सो ऐसा हो गया शायद
ओके, तो अब दिखाई दे रहा है क्या 0,0?
नहीं 26.26,2 ऐसा हो रहा है तो इसे
अच्छा, ओके,
जीरो
एक
जीरो
काम करो, तुम
कैसे
एक
करें
काम करो, तुम अपना लैपटॉप का स्क्रीन शेयर करो.
ओके
तुम शेयर करो लैपटॉप का स्क्रीन, मैं दिखा देता हूँ. Turn off the camera. Turn off the camera
सर
and share it like Google Play, Google Meet. Okay, Google Meet की तरह शेयर करो.
सर नहीं मैंने लैपटॉप पे खुला था और ये टीम मैंने फोन पे खुला था
ओके ओके
इसलिए
ओके ओके. So zoom it little bit. Zoom it. Zoom it little bit. मुझे कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है तुम्हारा कमेंट बार का. थोड़ा सा जूम करना पड़ेगा. रिफ्लेक्शन हो
सर
रहा है.
दिख रहा है
कैमरा आई थिंक शेकी है. थोड़ा होल्ड करो उसको एक जगह पे. कुछ नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है. हाँ, अभी आया था. थोड़ा होल्ड करो. उतना मूवेबल मत करो. होल्ड करके रखो थोड़ा. फोकस नहीं कर पा रहा है कैमरा। हाँ तो क्या बोल रहा है, लोअर लेफ्ट कॉर्नर 26 कॉमा समथिंग, ओके ये बोल रहा है तो।
हाँ
हाँ तो
हाँ हाँ हाँ।
उस जगह पे अब 0,0 लिख के एंटर करो कीबोर्ड से। 0,0 लिख के एंटर करो।
सर वहाँ पे लिख नहीं पा रहा हूँ,
क्यों?
मतलब वहाँ पे टाइप
हाँ
नहीं हो।
आई थिंक तुम्हारा नाम लॉक ऑफ है लैपटॉप का।
हाँ
इन
हाँ हाँ।
कीबोर्ड चेक करो, नाम लॉक ऑफ है।
सर ऑन कैसे करें?
नाम लॉक का ऑप्शन है तो कीबोर्ड पे चेक करो, तो छोटा सा लाइट ब्लिंक होता है लैपटॉप के कीबोर्ड पे, चेक करो।
सर
ठीक है, तुम उसको चेक करो ठीक से।
सर मैं न्यू पेज कर देता हूँ तब होगा शायद।
हाँ तो न्यू पेज में जाओ,
उसी-
न्यू पेज में
हाँ,
जाओ, कोई बात नहीं। लेकिन नाम लॉक अगर ऑफ रहेगा तो कुछ पेज पे जाके कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। नाम लॉक को ऑन करना ही होगा, क्योंकि नाम लॉक के बिना हम लोग डिजिट वगैरह नहीं डाल पाएंगे। ओके ठीक है, लिमिट्स दो अभी। लिमिट्स LIMITS लिमिट्स। ऐसे
हाँ
स्क्रीन
सर
शेयर
जी।
नहीं होता। नेक्स्ट दिन से क्या करना, वही कि एक ही लैपटॉप से क्लास करना और ऑटोकैड भी ओपन करके रखना। जब स्क्रीन शेयर
हाँ
के
ठीक
बारे
है।
में आए तो लैपटॉप से ही स्क्रीन शेयर करना, तब जाके टोटल
ठीक है
स्क्रीन
सर।
शेयर होता है। ऐसे
ठीक है
कुछ
सर।
नहीं दिखाई देता है मुझे। हाँ ठीक है, तो मैं शेयर करता हूँ। हाँ लिमिट्स देके एंटर करो, एंटर दो।
हाँ सर अब हो गया।
अच्छा ठीक है, ओके। सो first we have to select the lower left corner, that is 0,0. That should be 0,0, okay, by default. If it is changed, then your page is in not the right position, okay, you have to change it. So the lower left corner, that is 0,0, and then press enter button and see, this is the upper right corner, that is the maximum limit of your page, that is 12 by 9. And that's why I already told about the exact dimension of the ACAT page, that is 12" by 9". Now how to make sure about the drawing units, that is in inch. So how to check about the drawing units, okay, there's another command that is for the usage of different types of unit checking, okay, method. And the command, that is units, okay, you have to enter the units and see the main drawing unit, that is in inches right now on your page, okay. Now if I move to drawing 1 and here I go to the units option, then you can notice that it is also in inches. And then you can use the limits command here also, that is limits 12 by 9. That is, if you open the ACAT page, that should be 12 by 9 in inches format. Okay. So the next thing that we need to know about the starting of our drawing. Let's say you have to construct a drawing of a rectangle. Okay, clearly remember my words. You have to construct a rectangle that is of length value 7 and that is of width value 5. Okay, and on the middle portion of your drawing page. Okay, so you have to construct a rectangle of length value 7 and width value 5, and on the middle portion of your drawing page. The main question, that is, create the drawing using absolute coordinate system. So how to use it? First, you have to check the maximum dimension of your page, and you are totally sanguine that it is 12 by 9 inches. Now, you have to calculate all the 4 corner points location from the origin point. You have to calculate the exact x and y coordinate value of 4 corners from the origin point, and then you can construct your drawing. Okay, I will send an image on your WhatsApp group. Just check it like this. Okay, 1 minute. मैं एक ड्राइंग भेज रहा हूँ तुम लोगों के व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे। वो ड्राइंग देखो, हम लोग वही बनाना चाहते हैं अभी, लेकिन कैसे बनाए? या मैंने भेज दिया है। Just check the drawing. Okay, we want to construct the smaller one, the smaller rectangle. Now you guys can ask me, what is the bigger rectangle? This is nothing but 12 by 9, your page. Okay, for the reference purposes, I created a rectangle that is of 12 by 9 inches. Okay? Actually, that's the exact dimension of your ACAD page. And see, we want to construct the smaller rectangle that is of length value 7 and width value 5. And the exact position of the rectangle that is on the center point of the 12 by 9. So how to construct this rectangle? You guys have to calculate all the coordinate values of the corner points of the rectangle. Okay, and from where? From origin point. Okay, so can you guys tell me the exact lower left corner of the smaller rectangle from origin point? Exact lower left corner location or exact lower left corner coordinate value from the smaller rectangle. ये ड्राइंग देख के कुछ पता चल रहा है कि एग्जैक्ट कहाँ पे कौन सा कोऑर्डिनेट वैल्यू हम लोग अगर यूज करें तो पहला वाला कॉर्नर पॉइंट पे हम लोग ड्राइंग क्रिएट कर सकते हैं? क्या हुआ, कुछ बोलो। हेलो, मैं क्लास पे हूँ। सौरभ बोलो। सौरभ
सर
Yes, sir.
बोलो बोलो। कहाँ से हम लोग वो ड्राइंग का पॉइंट चूज करें? आई थिंक, आई मीन टू से, व्हाट इज द एग्जैक्ट पॉइंट of about the starting point of our drawing? What should be the exact starting point of our drawing? मैंने क्या बोला? एब्सोल्यूट कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम। आई थिंक
जीरो
एब्सोल्यूट,
से स्टार्ट करें, 0 0
yeah,
कोऑर्डिनेट।
okay, so we have to calculate all our drawings from drawing coordinate value from 0 0, okay? So 0 0 से क्या, कितने दूरी पे हो रहा है? अब देखो ये कैसे चेक करते हैं हम लोग। पहला वाला पॉइंट मैं बोल देता हूँ, दूसरा वाला पॉइंट तुम लोग इजीली समझ पाओगे, ओके? Check the maximum dimension of your page. What is it? That is 12. है तो तुम लोगों का पेज का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन क्या है? 12 है तो
यस सर।
ओके। तो पेज का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन 12 है और इंचेस में है, ठीक है? अब तुम्हारा रेक्टेंगल का जो लेंथ है वो मैक्सिमम लेंथ कितना है? 7 है तो
हाँ 7 है।
ओके 7 है। तो मैंने क्या बोला? मैंने बोला कि रेक्टेंगल टोटली मिडिल पोर्शन पे है, यानी कि अगर मैं दो साइड को काउंट करूं, दो साइड इक्वल है कि नहीं?
यस सर।
सो व्हाट शुड बी द वैल्यू? इट्स नथिंग बट 12 माइनस 7/2। अपने ड्राइंग को मैंने जो व्हाट्सएप पे भेजा, उस ड्राइंग से मैंने जो बोला उसको रिलेट करके देखो। तुम्हारा ड्राइंग का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन 7 है और तुम्हारा ड्राइंग पेज का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन 12 है। मैंने क्या बोला? पेज का ठीक बीच में से तुम्हारा ड्राइंग होगा। तो बीच में से अगर तुम्हारा ड्राइंग होना है तो 12 माइनस 7/2, यानी कि दो साइड पे इक्वली हम लोगों को 2.5 छोड़ना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज तुम्हारा ड्राइंग मिडिल पे बैठेगा।
नहीं सर।
ओके, सो एक्स एक्सिस वाइज हम लोगों का जो कोऑर्डिनेट वैल्यू था वो हम लोग जान चुके, दैट इज 2.5। नाउ सेम वे से वाई एक्सिस को काउंट करके बोलो। पेज का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन देखो वाई एक्सिस वाइज, दैट इज 9। और तुम्हारा ड्राइंग का मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन देखो वाई एक्सिस वाइज, यानी कि वर्टिकली, बट दैट इज 4, सॉरी दैट इज 5, 7/5। सो what should be the value? That is 9 minus 5/2. And what is it? That is 2. So what should be the coordinate value of your first corner point, that is lower left corner of that rectangle? Is nothing but 2.5, 2. It's nothing but 2.5, 2. So just go to the line option, okay? And what is the command? That is L enter. Just enter L on the command line. Your line will be started. Now you guys have to specify the first point, that is 2.5, 2. It's already started. Now you guys have to give the exact destination point of your line, or now you guys have to select, or now you guys have to create the drawing an exact portion। हम लोग ये ड्राइंग एक एग्जैक्ट पोर्शन से कैसे ये ड्राइंग को बना सकते हैं, तो कौन सा डायरेक्शन में जाएगा? ओके, you guys have to specify the direction of your drawing, that is it can go upward, it can go rightward, choose whatever you want to choose। So I opt for the horizontal direction, okay? That's my personal opinion. I opt for the horizontal option। And what should be the value of the second corner point? Okay, मैंने lower left corner से start किया, ध्यान से सुनो। मैंने lower left corner से अपना drawing start किया। अब lower left corner से अगर मैं right की तरफ जाऊँ तो मेरे पास कौन सा corner आता है? lower right corner, है कि नहीं? Response करना जल्दी।
यस सर।
यस सर।
Okay, so For the lower right corner, what do we have to choose? We have to choose the length value of the rectangle. So what should be the coordinate value? It's nothing but 9.5,2. Why? Because we want to create a horizontal line. And for horizontal line, what should be the degree value? It's nothing but 0 degree. Or 0 degree, that means your y coordinate value should be same as the previous value. The only changed value should be the horizontal coordinate value. And that is nothing but 2.5 plus 7, because your drawing is in 7 length. But why 9.5? Because I am counting my drawing from origin point, because this is in absolute coordinate system. That's why I have to count all my drawing points from origin. Okay, so 9.5,2, that should be my second point, but I opted for the wrong option. 9.5 comma 2. Yeah, see, see, the lower horizontal line is created. Now it's time to construct the vertical line. How to construct it? How to construct the vertical line? Count every point from origin point. Okay, so right now you are on the 9.5,2 position. What do you have to do? You have to move upward. Okay, how much? 5 units, because your drawing rectangle that you have to construct, that is of 5 width. So you have to move upward 5 units. Okay, so what should be the coordinate value? You already in the 9.5, you are already in the 9.5 comma 2 portion or 2 position. So upward value 5, that means your coordinate value should be 9.5 comma 7, because no x-axis movement is right now possible. So only y-axis movement. And what should be the y-axis value? That is, you are already in 9.5 comma 2 position. 2 is already there. So just add 5 and you will desired option. That is 9.5 comma 7. Complete. आया समझ में? जितने दूर मैंने आया, जितना मैंने बोला, उतने में कुछ कंफ्यूजन है? Any confusions regarding these two stages? जल्दी से बोलो.
सर फिर से एक बार समझा देंगे?
ओके, देखो एक काम करते हैं, तुम लोगों को थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है आई थिंक, वो बड़ा वाला ऑप्शन नहीं है ना, इसीलिए. ये देखो, दिस इज द bigger rectangle, that is, this is your page. Okay, so this is the exact position. See, on this point the origin lies. You guys have to calculate all the coordinate value from origin point. That's the main funda. That's the main criteria for absolute coordinate system. That's the key thing for absolute coordinate system. So each and every point you want to construct, you have to calculate from origin point. So how to calculate it? Just go for L enter. The first point, that is, I already opted 2.5 comma 2. Why? Because this length is nothing but 12. इसी का माइक ऑन है, ऑफ करो. See, this is 12. And if you create this dimension, this is 9. So 12 by 9. Okay, fine. अब मैं अगर ये राइट साइड या लेफ्ट साइड में इक्वली छोड़ना चाहता हूँ तो क्या होगा वैल्यू? तुम्हारा जो रेक्टेंगल है उसका मैक्सिमम डायमेंशन क्या है? 7 है। तो ये 12 के बीच में अगर 7 बैठेगा मानो, तो दो साइड से कितना छोड़ना पड़ेगा? इतना तो आता होगा तुम लोगों को। अगर 12 के बीच में एक लाइन में बैठा दूं 7, तो दो साइड पे कितना गैप होना चाहिए?
5 ऐसा 2.5
या each side 2.5 2.5 and the total gap should be 5. Okay, so each side 2.5. That's why the x-axis value that is 2.5. Like the same way for this vertical line, what is the value? That is 9. And if I place a line of length value 5 on the middle point of that line, what should be the remaining two position? What should be the remaining length of these two portion? That is 4. And 4 by 2, that is 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side. So what's my first point? What's my starting point? That is nothing but 2.5, 2. So just go for A enter. 2.5, 2. See, your drawing started. You already started your drawing. Now just execute it properly. Count every point from origin. What should be the next point? You have to go to horizontally. That means on a level of 0 degree. And on a level of 0 degree, y-axis can't be changed because y-axis always denotes vertical. And if you place 0 on y-axis, that means your y-axis value is nothing. It's unchanged. So what's your primary y-axis value from origin point? That is 2.5, 2. 2 is your primary y-axis value. So for the next option, I want to construct a horizontal line. So what should be my y-axis value? It's remain unchanged. That means it should be 2. So what should be the changed one? The changed one should be in x direction. मुझे y-axis में कुछ changes नहीं चाहिए. मुझे चाहिए x axis पे कितना? मुझे 7 जाना है 7. I have to go 7 units towards the right portion. So just add 7. And what should be the value? That is 9.5, 2. मैंने बार बार यही बोल रहा हूँ कि वाई एक्सिस का वैल्यू मुझे चेंज करना नहीं चाहिए. तो वाई एक्सिस अनचेंज्ड है, लेकिन किस कहाँ पे चेंज आ रहा है? चेंज आ रहा है एक्स एक्सिस पे. क्यों? पहला वैल्यू 2.5 था, दूसरा वैल्यू के लिए 7 जाना पड़ेगा. 2.5 से 7 ऐड करो 9.5. अब तुम लोगों का शायद एक जगह पे प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि मैं 7 क्यों ऐड कर रहा हूँ. अरे भाई मैं तो काउंट कर रहा हूँ ओरिजिन से. तो ओरिजिन से काउंट करके देखो. ओरिजिन से तो तुम ऑलरेडी 2.5 पे थे, तो नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ओरिजिन से कितना जाएगा? 9.5 जाएगा. क्यों 9.5 जाएगा? क्योंकि 2.5 जिस पोजीशन से था उस पोजीशन से तुम्हें 7 जाना पड़ रहा है राइट के तरफ. दैट्स व्हाई माय सेकंड पॉइंट कोऑर्डिनेट वैल्यू दैट शुड बी 9.5. व्हाट शुड बी माय नेक्स्ट पॉइंट? अब तीसरा पॉइंट क्या होगा? तीसरा पॉइंट पे मुझे ऊपर के तरफ जाना होगा वर्टिकली. आई हैव टू गो वर्टिकली. And for the movement of vertical direction, I have to change the y-axis value because x-axis value can't change in vertical direction. X-axis value always should be in horizontal direction. That's why my x-axis value should be unchanged right now. I have to change the vertical directional value. How much unit I need? I need to go 5 upward. But I have to calculate all my dimensions from origin. Okay. In the previous point, I already in the 2 point. That's why right now I have to enter 9.5 comma 7 as my third point. Then I have to go to the reverse direction. I have to go backward. And for the backward, your direction is changed. And that's why you need to enter a value that is negative. So what should be the value of the next point? That is go to the backward portion. So 9.5 minus 7 and your coordinate value should be 2.5 comma 7. क्योंकि देखो जहां से तुम स्टार्ट कर रहे हो वही पॉइंट पे तुम्हें बैक करना चाहिए, अदरवाइज रेक्टेंगल नहीं बन पाएगा। तो 2.5 पे ही तुम्हें लौटना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए ये वाला पॉइंट 2.5,7 से जाके कंप्लीट होगा। क्यों 7? क्योंकि तुम्हें हॉरिजॉन्टली जाना पड़ेगा और जो लास्ट वाई एक्सिस था उसको तुम्हें रखना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए वो अनचेंज रहेगा। चेंज कहाँ पे होगा? चेंज होगा सिर्फ एक्स एक्सिस। कैसे? 7 लेंथ उसका पीछे की तरफ जा रहा है, यानी कि लेंथ तुम जो जा रहे हो वो बैकवर्ड जा रहा हो, यानी कि कोऑर्डिनेट वैल्यू कम होता हुआ जा रहा है। सो राइट नाउ आई एम इन 2.5.7 कोऑर्डिनेट वैल्यू। तो आप कैसे चेंज करें? जस्ट क्लिक सी एंटर, सी फॉर क्लोज एंड योर ड्राइंग इज क्रिएटेड। सी जो मैंने भेजा था व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे वो देखो तुम ऑलरेडी बना चुके हो। ये देखो तुम ऑलरेडी ये बना चुके हो। अब क्या है? सिंपली अब सिंपली डायमेंशन दे दो। ये देखा टोटल तुम्हारा जो पेज था वो टोटल पेज ऐसे था। ओके सो देखा 7/5 का रेक्टेंगल तुम बना चुके हो। अब तुम्हें क्या चाहिए? अब तुम्हें जो चाहिए वो है ये। क्या हो रहा है? मेरा माउस में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है। दिस इज 2.5 एंड दिस इज dimension. Go for the linear dimension. Okay, click on this point. 2.5.2. See, आया समझ में? अब बोलो कुछ कंफ्यूजन है पहला वाला ड्राइंग पे?
हाँ, समझ में आ रहा है सब।
समझ में आया?
यस सर।
Okay, so how to delete any drawing? Just go for the erase command. Okay, that is enter all double enter. You can delete all your drawings. That is enter all double enter. That is enter all double enter.
सर ऐसे सिलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते ग्रीन बना?
हाँ ऐसे सिलेक्ट कर सकते थे, कोई बात नहीं। देखो कैसे तुम प्रीवियस जगह पे जा सकते थे, कंट्रोल जेड ऐसे। अब ऐसे सिलेक्ट करो, इसको सिलेक्ट करके डिलीट कर सकते हो, एक ही काम होता है। एक ही काम बहुत सारे तरीका से तुम कर सकते हो तरीके से, लेकिन जो बहुत जल्दी होगा और करेक्ट होगा हम वही वाला ऑप्शन चूज करेंगे। ओके, सो आई थिंक एब्सोल्यूट कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम is clear. If you guys have any doubt,
सर
then you can ping me. हाँ बोलो।
सर जो पहले लिमिट के बारे में बताया था वो फिर एक बार थोड़ा बता दीजिए।
मुझे कुछ नहीं।
सर एक बार कमांड क्या क्या डाला पहले से बता दीजिए एक बार स्टार्टिंग से।
हाँ स्टार्टिंग से क्या होगा, स्टार्टिंग से लाइन पे हम लोग जाएंगे। सो एल एंटर, then you have to enter the first point, that is 2.5, 2. Then you have to enter the next point, that is 9.5, 2. Then 9.5, 7. Then 2.5, 7, and then C enter. Complete. Just go to the dimension option, choose a linear one from this point to this point. 7/5. ओके, आया समझ में?
यस सर।
ऐसे ही काम होता है। ये देखा तुमने, ठीक जगह पे नहीं बैठा है इसलिए डायमेंशन गलत होता हुआ जा रहा है। ओरिजिन पे हम लोग ऐसे कभी भी डायमेंशन नहीं बैठा सकते, इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल। ओके, ओरिजिन पे ऐसे हम लोग ऐसे भी डायमेंशन नहीं बैठा सकते। पर देखो ये डायमेंशन को ऐसे देख के तुम्हें क्लियरली पता चल जाएगा कि ये गैप है, और ये वाला गैप ऑप्शन तुम्हें लेना पड़ेगा इस जगह से, अदरवाइज यू कांट create your drawing. So absolute coordinate system is totally completed. Now the next one, that is the relative coordinate system. What is it? Carefully notice the name, that is relative coordinate system. That means there is an option that should relate with each other, that should be dependable from each other. So what is the thing? You have to count all the coordinates value in this method from the previous adjacent point. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि पिछला वाला जो मेथड था एब्सोल्यूट कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम, उसमें क्या करते थे हम लोग, सारे के सारे जितने कोऑर्डिनेट्स वैल्यूज थे सभी काउंट करते थे ओरिजिन से। लेकिन अब ये जो मेथड है रिलेटिव मेथड, इसमें हम लोग काउंट करेंगे ऐसे कि एक पॉइंट मैंने ड्रॉ कर लिया, दूसरा पॉइंट उसी पॉइंट से जाके स्टार्ट होगा, यानी कि काउंटिंग होगा। तीसरा पॉइंट जो मैंने दूसरा वाला पॉइंट किया उस पॉइंट से जाके काउंट होगा। यानी कि one by one you have to relate each and every points. And that's why this is a relative coordinate system, yeah, relative coordinate method. But remember, the first point should be always counted from origin point. क्योंकि देखो जहां पे तुम लोग स्टार्ट करना चाहते हो वो तो बनाना पड़ेगा, और स्टार्ट पॉइंट कहाँ से होगा? ऑलवेज स्टार्ट पॉइंट शुड बी फ्रॉम ओरिजिन, counted. Always starting point should be counted from origin, because you have to start from a point, and the main key parameter from starting of your point, that should be origin. Otherwise you can't start any kind of drawing. Okay, so go for L enter and then 2.5, 2. That is your starting point. That's the common process for all of your drawings. Okay, for all four methods, that's the common first option or first line or first step, that is 2.5, 2. L enter 2.5.2. It should be constant for all the 4 methods. Okay. Now from this step, I change my comment prompt style. How to change it? See, right now you are in 2.5.2 and you are using the relative coordinate method. That means you have to notify. Okay. You have to notify the exact point that you have right now. You have to denote the exact point. How to denote the exact point? To denote the exact point, you have to use the @ option. Why? देखो, जब हम लोग मेल आईडी क्रिएट करते हैं, क्या करते हैं? कुछ नाम वगैरह, साल कुछ देते हैं, देने के बाद @gmail.com या फिर @yahoo.com. वाई? बिकॉज @ एक्चुअली डिनोट द मेन डोमेन. ये डिनोट कर रहा है कि वो जीमेल का मेल है. तो इसी तरह अब जो तुम 2.5,2 पे हो, इसको ऑटोकैड को समझाना पड़ेगा. और कैसे समझाएंगे? @ यूज करके उसको समझना पड़ेगा. यानी कि @ मीन्स पॉइंट लॉकिंग सिस्टम. उस पॉइंट को लॉक कर लेना चाहिए अब, क्योंकि मैं 2.5,2 से मेरा नेक्स्ट पॉइंट काउंट करने वाला हूँ और अभी मैं 2.5,2 पे हूँ. इसका मतलब मुझे @ दे के 2.5,2 को लॉक करना पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज आई कांट यूज द रिलेटिव कोऑर्डिनेट मेथड. ओके, सो @ मैंने ऑलरेडी डाल दिया है. अब क्या करना पड़ेगा? अब मैं देखो, एक चीज ध्यान से देखो. तुम रिलेटिव कोऑर्डिनेट मेथड कर रहे हो, यानी कि तुम ऑलरेडी डिनोट कर चुके हो 2.5.2 को. तो 2.5.2 जो काउंट हो चुका है ओरिजिन से, इसका अब एब्सोल्यूट कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. इसीलिए अब मैं ऐसे देखूंगा कि ये मेरा ड्राइंग का स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है और मुझे एक लाइन यहाँ से खींचना होगा, जो लाइन का लेंथ वैल्यू होगा 7. एज पर माई ड्राइंग, I have to construct a line that is of length value 7. So just enter 7,0. Why? Because it's a horizontal line, and in case of horizontal line, the y-axis value should be always 0. That's the basic thumb rule of coordinate geometry. Okay, so at that 7,0. See, completed. Now @ 0,5. Why? Because in case of vertical line, my horizontal coordinate value should be always 0. That's why my horizontal value is always 0, but I am already in the second point position. That's why I use the @ option, and you guys also have to use always the @ option, because @ actually denotes the exact point that you have on the last application. Okay, so @ 0,5 and then enter. Then what should you have to enter? You have to go backward. Okay, that means negative x-axis. So @-7,0 and then see enter. Complete. अब बोलो क्या डाउट है सेकेंड मेथड पे? रिलेटिव कोऑर्डिनेट मेथड पे क्या डाउट है बोलो?
नो सर.
ओके, रिलेटिव कोऑर्डिनेट मेथड कंप्लीट हो गया है. अब रिलेटिव कोऑर्डिनेट मेथड तो कंप्लीट हो चुका है. अब तीसरा वाला जो मेथड आएगा वो आएगा क्या? वो आएगा ये कि रिलेटिव पोलर मेथड. तो व्हाट इज दिस पोलर? पोलर का मतलब एक कोऑर्डिनेट हम लोग यूज करेंगे और एक एंगल वैल्यू यूज करेंगे, एंड दिस इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट मेथड इन केस ऑफ लाइन इन ऑटोकैड. दिस इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट मेथड गाइस. मैं क्लियरली बोल देता हूँ, दिस इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट मेथड, बट यू हैव टू ऑलवेज यूज दिस मेथड. ये क्रिटिकल है, लेकिन हम लोगों को इसको लेके ही काम करना पड़ेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि इसमें से हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? इसमें हम लोग एंगुलर लाइन कर सकते हैं. इसमें हम लोग एंगुलर लाइन वगैरह कर सकते हैं। तो इसमें हम लोग अगर एंगुलर लाइन वगैरह खींच सकते हैं तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट मेथड होने वाला है। ओके, ये बहुत एक इम्पोर्टेंट मेथड होने वाला है। तो क्या कैसे हम लोग कर सकते हैं, देखो। The starting point should be always similar, that is 2.5, 2. Okay, L enter 2.5, 2. Now the next point. The method is relative method. That's why at the rate should be constant. Okay, so at the rate. Now I should change my command prompt style. How to change it? In case of relative coordinate method, I always have to use x and y, these two different coordinates. But this is polar method. So whenever I have to construct horizontal line, I have to enter the value of horizontal. And then I have to use the angular value instead of using the y coordinate value, because the angular value actually denotes the exact position of your line as well as the y-axis value. That's why this method is named as relative polar method, or the method of drawing angular lines. So at the rate 7, and how to denote angle or how to denote angular value? Just shift plus comma. You have to press just shift plus comma, and the less than sign actually denotes the angular sign. At the rate 7, less than sign, and then for horizontal line, what should be the angular value? 0. Like I have to construct a line that is of 5 length and it's a vertical line. What should be the angular value? In case of vertical line, what should be the angular value? That is 90 degree. Or in case of negative vertical line, it should be 270 degree. So in case of positive directional or positive y directional vertical line, the value should be 90 degree. So at the rate 5, angle value 90. Why 5? Because मेरा width क्या है? मेरा width 5 है. अब मुझे रिवर्स की तरफ जाना पड़ेगा. रिवर्स की तरफ हम लोग कैसे जाए? At the rate 7, angle value 180. Why? Because 0 degree actually denotes the positive x-axis, whereas 180 degree actually denotes the negative x-axis. Or you can also use minus 0. Okay, you can also use minus 0. Minus 0. लेकिन इसमें क्या होगा -0 पे? देखा -0 पे क्या हो रहा है? -0 पे तुम्हारा ड्राइंग पॉजिटिव एक्सिस पे जा रहा है. सो क्या करना पड़ेगा? कंट्रोल Z. इसमें तुम्हें जो देना पड़ेगा वो होगा नेगेटिव वैल्यू, यानी कि एट द रेट -7 एंड एंगल वैल्यू शुड बी -0. देखा, ये नेगेटिव आ रहा है इसीलिए इसको ऐसे देना पड़ेगा, एट द रेट -7 एंगल वैल्यू -0. इतना कंफ्यूजन का कोई बात नहीं है. सिंपल जो है दैट इज एट द रेट 7 एंगल वैल्यू 180. सिंपल. एंड देन जस्ट सी एंटर. हर वक्त सिंपली सोचो, काम जल्दी बनेगा. जितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सोचोगे काम नहीं बनेगा. अब ये जो मेथड मैंने बोला इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है बोलो?
यहाँ पे एंगल लेना पड़ रहा है.
हाँ, एंगल देना पड़ेगा, लेकिन एंगल देने के टाइम पे अगर कुछ कंफ्यूजन है तो बोलो, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट मेथड है और ये मेथड सबसे ज्यादा लगेगा, मैं ये बोल दे रहा हूँ.
सर एक बार फिर से बोल दीजिए.
ओके, चलो. ई एंटर ऑल डबल एंटर. मैं यहाँ पे एक कमांड हर वक्त यूज कर रहा हूँ, वो है जूम एंटर ऑल एंटर. व्हाई? because I have to regenerate my model space. Okay, and how to regenerating your model space? Model space means the drawing window. Okay, so I have to regenerate my model space, and for regenerating, just go for zoom. Okay, Z enter, A enter, Z enter, A enter, zoom. Okay, so L enter. What should be my first point? That is 2.5, 2. Should be my next point. That is at the rate 7 angle value 0. Rate 5 angle value 90. At the rate 7 angle value 180. And then C enter. आया समझ में?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the last option, that is direction distance entry method. Easiest option. You guys have to just turn on an option that's called ortho. Just turn it on by pressing F8 or just simply clicking on this perpendicular icon. This is ortho mode. Just you have to turn it on and then go for L enter. The first one, that is 2.5.2, as I already opted 2.5.2. This is actually used for the direction purpose. मेरा मेथड क्या था याद है? डायरेक्शन डिस्टेंस एंट्री मेथड. यानी कि
सर
हाँ बोलो
ऑटो कैसे करें? एक बार
क्या.
फिर से बोलिए. ऑटो कमांड कैसे दे, एक बार फिर से बोल लीजिए.
हाँ, ऑर्थो कमांड देना पड़ेगा F8 अपना कीबोर्ड में. लैपटॉप या फिर पीसी पे देखो फंक्शन की F1 से F12 है, वहां से F8 को तुम्हें प्रेस करना पड़ेगा. और अगर F8 को प्रेस करोगे तब जाके तुम्हारे पास ऑर्थो ऑन होगा. या फिर F8 के प्रेस करने से अगर ऑर्थो ऑन नहीं हो रहा है तो यहाँ से ऑन कर सकते हो. ये स्टेटस बार देखो, इस स्टेटस बार में एक परपेंडिकुलर का ऑप्शन दिख रहा है. ओके, देयर इज एन परपेंडिकुलर आइकॉन. ओके, two lines are at a perpendicular and it's actually denotes the ortho option. Okay, so this one is the ortho option. You have to turn it on, and now after turning it on, just know the direction. Okay, just notice the direction. It only moves a direction that is associated with 90 degree. See, this is 0, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, this is 0, 90, 180, 270. यानी कि ऑर्थो मोड में तुम सिर्फ एक ही एंगल यूज कर सकते हो जो 90 से एसोसिएटेड है. यानी कि 90, 180, 270 एंड 0. 0 सभी के साथ एसोसिएटेड होता है. सो 0, 90, 180, 270. ये चार एंगल पे तुम अपना लाइन को रोटेट कर पाओगे. तो हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन के लिए पॉजिटिव एक्सिस में तुम्हारा माउस का डायरेक्शन ऐसे राइट की तरफ रखना पड़ेगा. ये मेथड को ध्यान से सुनो. डायरेक्शनल डिस्टेंस एंट्री मेथड, दैट मींस द माउस विल डिटेक्ट द डायरेक्शन एंड द कीबोर्ड विल डिटेक्ट द वैल्यू. तुम्हारा ड्राइंग अब राइट साइड में होना चाहिए तो माउस डिनोट करेगा कि राइट या लेफ्ट या ऊपर या डाउन. इन चारों में कहाँ पे तुम्हारा ड्राइंग होना चाहिए? तो राइट की तरफ होना चाहिए, तो राइट की तरफ माउस रखो. अब रखने के बाद टाइप करो 7. देखो ऑटोमेटिकली हो चुका है. अब ऊपर की तरफ कितना? 5. अब नीचे की तरफ कितना, यानी कि लेफ्ट साइड की तरफ. अब लेफ्ट साइड की तरफ कितना? लेफ्ट साइड की तरफ तुम्हें जाना पड़ेगा 7. अब तुम मुझे बोलते हो कि सर मैं -7 दूंगा. हाँ दो, क्या होगा? राइट साइड की तरफ चला जाएगा. क्यों? अरे क्योंकि लेफ्ट साइड यानी कि नेगेटिव तुम ऑलरेडी माउस से डिनोट कर रहे हो. You already opted for the negative direction by using your mouse. So just you have to enter the positive value, because if you enter both the negative value, then your entire value should be positive. And if you choose one negative, one positive, then your value should be negative. And you have to enter the negative value because you are on the reverse side. You have to go to the reverse side. That's why my mouse direction actually denotes the negative direction, but I have to enter the positive value. C7 and just C enter. The drawing is closed. The drawing is created. अब बोलो ये मेथड पे कोई कंफ्यूजन है क्या नहीं? Any confusion regarding this method?
नो सर।
ओके, तो हम लोगों का जो लाइन कमांड था एंड इरेज कमांड था, ये दो कमांड हम लोगों का हो गया। अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे? अब हम लोग नेक्स्ट डे और कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस देखेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले हम लोगों को जो चीज करना चाहिए, क्योंकि लाइन is one of the basic options and that's why we have to use a lot of drawings using line. तो हम लोगों को लाइन के ऊपर बहुत सारे ड्राइंग्स प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा। मैं अभी 4-5 ड्राइंग तुम लोगों को भेज रहा हूँ। तुम लोग घर पे जो जिस चीज के लैपटॉप पे अवेलेबल है वो लोग ट्राई करो। हर ड्राइंग होगा ऐसा कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन ट्राई करो। भूल होगा, कहाँ पे भूल हो रहा है, कैसे भूल हो रहा है। कमांड को देना भी एक हाथ का सेटिंग का मामला है। ओके, हैंड सेटिंग, देयर इज एन ऑप्शन। सो तुम लोगों को कमांड देने के लिए भी हैंड सेट करना पड़ेगा, इसीलिए प्रैक्टिस करो। ऐसा कोई बात नहीं कि ड्राइंग तुम लोग कर पाओगे या फिर नहीं। एक मिनट रुको, तो जस्ट ए मिनट। हाँ, तो जो मैं बोल रहा था, ओके, हम लोग 4-5 ड्राइंग में दे रहा हूँ, प्रैक्टिस करो। जहां जहां पे प्रॉब्लम होगा तुम नेक्स्ट क्लास में मुझे बोलो, मैं वो ड्राइंग तुम लोगों को करके दिखाऊंगा, लेकिन पहले तुम लोग ट्राई करो। ओके, उसके बाद तो मैं हूँ, मैं सारे के सारे ड्राइंग तुम लोगों को दिखा दूंगा। आया बात समझ में क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
यस सर।
ठीक है सर।
सर
ओके
यस सर।
ओके।